Right, so let me just set up my camera here. Okay, so yeah, so the last day I asked you to read through the questions here, or this page here, basically going through the elements and components of an ellipse. So we have our major axis, minor axis, focal points. Now I will be explaining how you can find your focal points there by doing this question, and I asked you to take down this and do this as well. So we'll be doing the auxiliary circles method, okay, because there is a couple of different ways to make up an ellipse. Alright, at the moment, and my favourite way is the auxiliary circles method. So I'm going to do the Whiskas question with the auxiliary circle method. So what I want to do is I want to create just a random line here in the middle, a random horizontal line here in the middle, and I've marked out 140 there, which is going to be my major axis. And then I've marked 70 in the middle, so that's our halfway point, and my minor axis is going to be along this line somewhere. So I can see from the measurement there that my minor axis is 90 millimeters. So half of 90 is 45, so we put that in the middle there. Put 0 and 90 there. And there we have our, basically the startings of our ellipse. Now what I want to do now is I want to draw my auxiliary circles, or concentric circles. And that means, because I'm drawing a circle, I need to be using my compass. So I'm going to put my compass in the middle there, and swing in that. Swing in that. So again, the method for this is auxiliary circles method. It's also can be called concentric circles method, because we have a circle within a circle, okay, which is called a concentric circle. Alright, you may be asked that in question 1 of the short questions, but we'll just continue on as it is. Now what I want to do is I want to split up my circles, okay, equally. So the way how we split up our circles is we use our 60-30 degree set square, which is this one. So I'm going to go ahead and split this up equally into 12 different sections. And there we have it. So what we have now is we have both circles are split up equally into 12 different parts. Now, when I go back here, we can see when we've done this that you need to have one horizontal line and one vertical line. Okay, so the easy way to do this is I'm looking at my whiskers drawn here. Okay, I know that the minor is only going up to there, so that means that the top of my cat's head is going to be here. So it has to, my points here have to be in line, has to look like that. Okay, because sometimes when we're doing this, people might do a horizontal line here and a vertical line here and the points up here, which doesn't make sense, because how am I going to go from there down to there? It doesn't make sense. So a good way to sort of align my points properly is to find out where the finishing points of my minor axis and my major axis, which is over here. My major axis isn't down here, okay, because my ellipse isn't going down past there. That's my minor axis. But my major axis is going to be over here. So we know that we're going there to there to there to there. Alright, so what we do, I'm going to do one point first. So we'll bring a vertical line from where that sector line intersects the major circle, and then I'm going to bring a horizontal line from where the same sector intersects the minor circle, and there we have a point there. Okay, so I can see clearly Nice one. That's going to go up there like that. So I'm going to be drawing a point here. It's going to be around here somewhere. So it's going to have to go up like that. And there we have it. So usually you would draw your drawing after you get all these points done. But I'm just going to do it here really quick, the freehand. And you don't want to just do it like drawing a line straight away like that. You know, you want to go, not even touch the page first and go over both points that you're going to go. So I know I'm going that way. And then going over this way. So when I'm happy with, I have where I'm going, I'm just going to go over a bit heavier with my pencil line. And there we have it like that. Now, I'm going to do the rest of it now. And this is where people can get a bit confused, because it's these vertical lines and horizontal lines. People always, they might come across at 45 degrees, or they might mess it up somehow. But the best way to do it is, you know that the point is then going over here. So you have to try and figure out where the 2 points are going to intersect over here, and then bring it up down towards here. So the points have to generally go along where I'm drawing here. So minor axis, or the major axis, or the major circle, always vertical, and the minor circle, always vertical. Major circle, always vertical, and minor circle, always horizontal. Sorry, horizontal for that one as well. So there I have 2 points. So what I'm going to do is, you can't see, but I'm actually turning around my drawing board, and because I have my camera on my drawing board, it's turning with it. But I always want to be drawing like that. Okay, drawing any curves like that. Just makes life a bit easier. Now, if you can do it perfectly like that along there, by all means, fire ahead. But you can be deducted marks for a poorly drawn ellipse. The way to do it is, an ellipse in a question is usually worth around 6 marks. So you have 6 marks for a well drawn ellipse, 4 marks for an okay ellipse, and 2 marks for a poor ellipse. And it's the freehand drawn side of the ellipse. It isn't any of the setting up of the ellipse. So there I have that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for down here. So I know it's going down here. So vertical line for the major, horizontal line for the minor. Boom. Horizontal line for the minor. Vertical for the major. Boom. So again, it's a bit awkward when you're doing your freehand down here, because you're sort of going back on yourself. Like, you can nearly even stand up from your page and just walk around it to try and get that angle. So you're always drawing like that. The way I like to think of it, when you're coming over the edge, then there's a small bit of a vertical line there, and a small bit of a horizontal line here. So you're not coming in at a tip there like I sort of did with that one. Now to finish these ones, so minor circle, horizontal line, major circle, vertical line, major circle, vertical line, horizontal line on a minor circle. Okay, and we're doing the same thing here. So again, sort of a vertical line over here, and then you're swinging her out towards the point, and sort of a horizontal line there. Now, because I'm going nice and neatly, I can just give that a quick rub out. Now, alright, so there is the ellipse part done. Alright, now it's a light line, easy to rub out, because we do need to rub out a bit of it, which is the ears of my cat. So over here, I know that my ears, I'm going to find these points here. So I know that it's in line with the edge of my major axis, and it's 55 millimeters up. And 55 millimeters up. Done. So that is point Q and P. Just like that. So now I need to link these points Q and P up to my focal points. Now I don't have my focal points yet. So this is the handy thing. I'm going to show you how to find your focal points. So the best way to do it is get your compass. Okay? It's the only way really. What you want to do is you want to get half of your major axis. Okay, now this you might be thinking now at the moment, how am I going to remember any of this? How you remember it is through practice, repetitive practice, doing questions constantly, studying, doing question 2, question 3, question 4. The ellipses, they might change direction, might change size, they might turn from a horizontal ellipse to a vertical ellipse, but the fundamentals are still the same, how you find a focal point. Okay, so it's just practice, keep doing the questions. So we take half our major axis, I put it up to the top, or you can do the bottom of my minor axis, and I'm just drawing a swing line there. You can see it. I'll do it a bit heavier because of the light. There. Okay. And again, do the same thing the other side. Just like that. Now, where those swing lines go across your major axis line, there is my focal point 1, focal point 2. So again, take half your major axis, swing it from the top of your minor axis, and where it intersects there. That needs to be known. Ordinary level and higher level. So I have my focal points, and I'm just going to connect them light lines only to point P and point Q. I'll rub out. Now again, you always hear me say, don't rub out the lines, okay? Don't rub out the lines. Now that is true, but when it comes to freehand drawing, because it is so difficult to do a light freehand drawn line, and saving time is going over again heavy, you can just rub out the freehand line drawn, okay? So this ellipse line, alright? Don't rub out any of the other light lines. So then, when I'm there, where those lines that I've drawn from my F1 to Q, where they intersect your ellipse, that is where your line goes to. As I go over this, make it a bit more presentable. I'm only doing this now because I know where the line is. If you're able to do it, by all means go for it. If you're not able to do it, go back to your sketching method like that. Alright, and that is our ellipse question. Like that, and you can see my F1, F2 there, my focal points, and all of that. Now, E for homework should do a step-by-step guide to that. That's the second assignment for this week. Step 1, how to find out how to make the ellipse. So what did I do first? Step 1, measured out my major and minor axis. Step 2, divided or drew my circles, concentric circles. Step 3, divided circles up, and so on. The higher achievement students, or the higher achievement students, what you're going to do is you're going to color code each of the steps. So step 1, say, is measure out my major and minor axis. You're going to write that in green, or step 1 green, and then you're going to draw the major and minor axis in green. Step 2, do the circles, draw me concentric circles. That's going to be in red, and then you're going to draw the circles in red. That's for your higher achievements students, okay? Students who basically found the ellipse easy. So that's basically the lesson. And yeah, I'll give you feedback when you send me in the pictures of the assignment.